Greetings, gherkins, gherkettes, gherkoleptics, and fundamentalist swimsuit models, because that's a thing. Yay! If you are not familiar with the subject of today's video, you are in for a treat. This is going to be one of the best days of your life. And if you are familiar with Tex and the Horseheads, that's because you're better than everybody else. Not smarter, mind you. Better.
You imagine this? Better. Not smarter, mind you, but better.
Tex and the Horseheads emerged from the early LA punk scene. I am not going to give you a history of the early LA punk scene. There are dozens, maybe hundreds of podcasts that will do that for me, and they will do a genuinely shitty job. They will not be good at it. They'll be like, well, let me see. There was Black Flag, and then there was Social Distortion, and then that all led to Sleater Kinney. No, please kill me. Those very same podcasts are the sort of podcasts that will tell you Tex and the Horseheads were cowpunk. They were not cowpunk. They were indeed death rock. And as we all know, I have a deep affinity for death rock. Tex and the Horseheads were led by the force of nature that is Texacala Jones. In fact, that's how I first kind of became aware of Tex and the Horseheads. In 1985, the Dead Milkmen signed with Enigma Records, and Enigma gave us a copy of the Enigma Variations album. And I mean one copy to be shared by all four of us. And when I opened it up, it was either in the promotional material that was in there. I don't think it was in the gatefold there, but there was a picture of Texacala Jones, and there was a little caption right under it. And this time Madonna was big, and the caption underneath Texacala just said, "Unlike a virgin." And I'm like, oh, I got to hear what this woman is doing. So I set the album down. The first track I played on it was Oh Mother. And I was blown away. Tex's voice is like a combination of a banshee and a siren. It is both horrifying and beautiful. It is otherworldly and just fascinating. And I was just like, this is amazing. It's probably my favorite track on that double album, and that album has gained a cult status over the years. Now, the guitarist for Tex and the Horseheads was none other than the late, great Mike Martt. I hit myself by saying Mike. Mike Martt. Mike and I was very lucky I became friends with him when we were playing some shows with Thelonious Monster, and I think I'd known Mike for maybe 5 minutes, and he told me a story about how he had passed out on a porch in Austin, Texas. Woke up the next day, not much of an idea where he was, but there was a tape playing in a jam box. And that tape was by an artist named John Wayne, Jon Wayne. And Mike just popped the tape out and swiped it. An early version of Napster. And he played it for me, and I was both amazed and horrified. So, Mike, thank you very much for turning me on to Jon Wayne. I will always have that in my heart. The original guitarist for Tex and the Horseheads was Jeffrey Lee Pierce. But of course, Jeffrey Lee Pierce had to go away from Tex and the Horseheads, step away to focus on his band, The Gun Club. Bass was provided by Greg Boaz, who for some reason everybody called Smog Vomit. He's a nice guy, despite having Smog Vomit on his driver's license. Other interesting names include the drummer on the first album, who was Rock Vodka, and the drummer on the second album, Robert Wilbur Williams. It was a different time, people. We all had very stupid names. Tex and the Horseheads released their self-titled debut album in 1985. This album was produced by Tito Labarra of The Plugs, and it is a remarkable debut. It will do things to your brain. You will be brain damaged in the best possible way after you listen to this album. This is the one with the cover. You've probably seen the cover somewhere, maybe even tattoos. The cover by Mad Mark Rude.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And some of you might know Mad Mark Rude as the guy who drew the famous cover for the album. It was a variations album, what do we call it? Compilation album called When Men Were Men and Sheep Were Scared. All right, I'm making some of you remember things. In 1985, Tex and the Horseheads released their second album, which is a great album with a terrible title. It's called Life's So Cool, and it was produced by John Dell of X. And John Doe of X actually also plays spoons on it. He plays spoons on the track called Spider and the Peach, and he played that under the name of Mr. Useless. Not only is this a great follow-up album, but it contains what is probably my favorite Tex and the Horseheads song of all time. It's a song called Big House Part 3. It's a song that basically reaches into you, gets a hold of your heart, rips it out in front of you, throws it on the ground, and stomps on it in front of your eyes. It is a gut-wrenching song. I don't even know what genre to put it in. Is it goth? Is it country? Is it punk? It just is. It's definitely its own thing. And I will, of course, include a link. In 1986, Enigma released Tote Ziens, which is a live Tex and the Horseheads album recorded in Holland. Sending Tex and the Horseheads to Holland was kind of like sending Elvis to the Perkadam factory. May not have been the best idea. So here's the part now where we have to talk about the drugs and alcohol, because that's what really ended Tex and the Horseheads in the late 80s, unfortunately. Well, I don't know why anybody's surprised about the drugs and alcohol thing, people. This band came out of the LA club scene. The LA club scene was not the scene that gave us Up With People or Sleater Kinney. So, in the late 80s, Tex and the Horseheads ceased to exist. And much like that one part in Lord of the Rings in the beginning, everything got quiet for a while. But things could not stay quiet forever. In the 2010s, Tex reformed the Horseheads. And if you see footage of that, and I'll dig some up, they still have their old energy. It's really, really a good performance. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed that they can still pull it off. Now we get to the sad part. Sadly, Mike Martt passed away on November 28th of 2023. And Mike will be missed by everybody who ever met him. He was just a wonderful guy. On the upside, Texacala Jones is still doing fine. She's still out there. She's still performing. And she has still got it. She has got it in spades. She is absolutely amazing. So I'm asking you to do yourselves and her a favor. Actually, mostly her, because she's an amazing artist. But it'll benefit you, too. Go back, listen to all the Tex and the Horseheads you can find out there. Somebody really needs to release both those albums, because they are amazing albums. And this stuff is the exact opposite of all the radio-friendly alt-rock that's out there right now.
How are Katie Holmes' tits?
You know the Holocaust?
Yeah.
Picture the exact opposite of that.
Nice.
Boy, do you need a girl.
And finally, I should point out that I once saw Tex and the Horseheads open for the Minutemen, and I loved Tex and the Horseheads better than I liked the Minutemen that night. And this is the night that Mike Watt broke a low E string and then tuned it while playing on stage, and everybody's like, "Oh man, the Minutemen were so fast and everything." I was like, Tex and the Horseheads had songs. I was completely ostracized by the Philly punk scene, because I was the only one walking around going, Tex and the Horseheads were better than the Minutemen. I love the Minutemen, don't get me wrong, but I think if you were there, you might have sided with me. You wouldn't have told anybody, but you would have sided with me. Okay, Gherkins, so the next time we meet again for one of these They Should Have Been Biggers, we are going to travel to the 2020s, and we are going to search for a band that had 2 perfect EPs and then seems to have vanished. So I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Well, I had the same dream last night, the one where we're in the big house and everybody was there. We partied like we didn't care.
Sit, TBC 15. Sit.